able to join us tonight. So I want to start off first, Jamie, with a few housekeeping notes that I need to do
Absolutely.
with the team. And then after we do that, I'm going to turn the floor over to you. And I won't just give you 8 minutes this time. You get at least 30 or 40 minutes. I'm going to try to do my best to be done by 6:15. So everyone, if you can come with your cameras on, if that's possible. I see John is on. Is Allie doing having track meet today or track
Yeah.
practice?
He sure is, ma'am. She's right here with me at the
Hey
moment.
Allie! Hey, everybody say hi to Allie.
Hi,
That's
Hey.
Allie.
my new bestest friend. Yeah. Look at that smile. That smile will just warm your heart.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
care what's going on in life. That
You're
smile
right about that.
bring a warmth to your heart. So can everyone see my screen that says Dare to Lead Differently Speaker Mastery Guide? So tonight we have both virtual speakers and in-person speakers on tonight. And I did that for the reason that I didn't want to break it apart because to me, in order for the entire summit to be a success, it requires both virtual and in-person speakers to be on point and sharing their impact. And this is also a great opportunity for you to put in the chat who you are, what your business is about, what your platform is about, so that we can create some networking inside of this community in the time we share together. All right, so I'm going to go over just to give you a few housekeeping notes. Ask your questions. I don't want you to be wondering what's happening, what's going to happen. Does she want this or no? I want this to be a very pleasant experience so that when we do this in 2027, you'll be like, Tio, count me in because I had such an extraordinary experience. And oh my God, you gave me Jamie Miller as a gift and all the other people. Yes, this is what I'm about. All right. So I want to see some stuff in the chat on who you are and everything. Keep Deb Davis, who's on. She's not feeling well today, so keep her in your prayers. I hope you feel better soon, sweetheart. All right, let's get started. Okay. So the foundation of anything is extremely important. That if we don't have a good foundation, it's going to be shaky and we're going to not fall, we might fall off, but we won't get to where we want to be able to build upon that, right? So tonight I just want to pour into you a couple of points that I just want you to resonate on when you're thinking about your presentation and the value and that you are giving to others and how important that is for us to make sure that we are ready, we're prepared, and we're focused on what it is we are purposed to share. So I'm going to talk to you tonight about a framework that Dr. Sean Fair has trademarked. And it is a very simple framework, but if you follow this framework, it will help you, as it has helped me, make sure that your presentations and engagements are very, very impactful. Okay? So the three framework is just this: engaging. When you speak, you should be engaging, educating, and entertaining. Engaging is capturing the attention of the people that are in the audience or whether virtually. How are you going to capture their attention to bring them in? One of the things that I normally do is I thank every military member, supporting family member. I have them stand up. We clap for them. We thank them for their service. And that pulls everybody in the audience to one central point to focus on me as the speaker and to acknowledge the impact and sacrifice of a very important group of people that have raised their right hand to serve this nation and support their soldier, sailor, airman, or marine. Educating. What is it that you are sharing? Strategies. Think about the strategies and the nuggets that you're sharing. We want people to be able to walk away from this conference holistically having practical, implementable strategies in their toolkit that they can do day one. Not theory, but stuff that they can actually use. How many of you have gone to an event and they're just telling y'all theory and you walk away like, huh? So how am I supposed to do this? How am I supposed to use this? That's not what we're looking for. The expectation is that I can come to this conference, whether virtual or in person, and I'm going to walk away with some value. I'm going to walk away with some focus or some direction that's going to help me be a better leader at the end of the day. And the last thing is entertaining. You got to be entertaining. You got to have some kind of if you're not used to telling jokes, start practicing. Tell a joke that makes sense, that's aligned with what you're speaking about, or however you're talking. It's going to be funny. Let me give you an example. I do a speech called C4, Conflict to Clarity. And in that presentation, I talk about Tracy and I having a conflict. And I go something like this, where I say, conflict is a topic that many leaders and people don't want to talk about. But let me tell you, conflict is all around us. And today, just this morning, I had a conflict with my boo thing, my Angus, my ride for life, my love, for 34 years. But we had a conflict this morning. And you're going to resonate with what that conflict was about, whether you're a woman or a man. Why can't he put the toilet seat down? That's all I'm asking. Put the toilet seat down so I don't fall through. Just why can't he do that? Now I love him, but if he don't put that toilet seat down, I'm gonna manage this conflict by him sleeping on the couch for the next few days. What did that do? That pulled everybody in on something that is very much understood. You probably didn't talk to your spouse. Men, you've heard it. Can you just put it down? I'm tired of falling through it in the middle of the night. But something that brings a feeling of laughter helps the audience kind of come down and begin to see that you're human, and they want to connect and engage with you. So engage, educate, and entertain are the three frameworks that I will tell you as you're putting your presentation together. You want to make sure that you are hitting those marks. So two modalities, like I said, virtual and in person, but we are one unified family. Ohana, as I like to say. One can't do well and the other don't do well, and we call ourselves as a collective successful. We are only stronger together when we all come with our best to the plate. So virtual, for the virtual speakers, you first on tap. You're setting the standard and the stage for from 24 to 26. So getting people in the room, making sure that we're giving out good information, we're making impact. And then the in-person speakers, you're going to bring it across the bow on the 27th of actually engaging physically with people. But both have to make sure that we're crossing those lines of educating, entertaining, and what was the other one I said? Educating, entertaining, and what? Engaging.
Engaging.
That's right, engaging. This is just to give you a pictorial of what that looks like. We're going to overlap on the 26th. So the virtual is 24, 25, 26. Then we start on the 26th is the curated networking event that's going to be live entertainment. And then we go into the summit on the 27th, that all-day summit. And then I would ask you, do not plan your departure for in-person. Don't plan your departure ahead of 5 o'clock. We're going from 9 to about 4:30. But if there are other pictures, just give yourselves that time for me. Is that going to be an issue for anyone? Okay. So we're going to do a group picture at the end. So I want to make sure that everyone gets acknowledged and is a part of that picture. So let me go to the virtual. Some of the things you need to be mindful of. Clean canvas. This is a professional presentation. This is not you out in the garage. This is not you standing where there's, airplane noise coming and there's the dog running and the cat going and the baby saying, I want a cookie, mommy, I want a cookie. No, that's not what this is. This is professional so that you can use this footage for your branding and marketing. Many of you, I talked about how to use this is where you use it for cutting it up, going across your social media, using it for your podcast, on your YouTube channel. Start your YouTube channel with this, or use it on your website, or use it for event planners that are looking for you to share an example of you actually entertaining, educating, and engaging people. So make sure your canvas is good and clean. Make sure that you can be heard, that as you articulate, people not having to do like this to try to hear you, that they can actually hear and follow the flow of your presentation. Illumination. Right now it's light in my room, but if I turned on my backdrop light, it would even be more illuminated to make sure that I'm clear and people can see me, see how good I look. Don't my green look good with my little black pen? I do look pretty tonight. That I dressed up for y'all. Anyway, so make sure that your lighting is good, right? And then we want to make sure this is marketing, branding, and a lead generator for you. So you want something on your screen, whether it's at the end of your presentation or it stays on your presentation while you're on the entire time. But a QR code is a good tool for people just to be able to scan, and you can lead them to where you want them to go. What does that also mean? If they scan that code, they should have to put in their information before they even get the value that you're sharing, whether that's the free resource or getting to your books or getting to look at your services. You want to capture their information so that you can get this back into your ecosystem so you can nurture them and you can connect with them and service them the way that they need to be serviced. So start thinking about that before. And for those who may have submitted your video already, think about if that wasn't on there, go back. You got time to recalibrate and make sure that there's a lead generating source on your stuff that you're sharing. Lead generation for those in person. So on the 26th, the purpose of the curated networking is for you to be able to meet all the other speakers, the VIP persons that purchase tickets, other people that are just coming to the curated network here in the Charlotte area or around, and you want to be prepared. You want to have something that has either something with a QR code that's on your phone. I have mine in Bling. Bling gives that to you. There's another one that gives you something easily scannable that you can work the room. That helps you be able to capture people again back into you're getting the contact information so that you can then put that in your CRM system if it doesn't go directly into it, and that you can connect. Follow through is key. There is no reason, it's a waste of your time to come and get all the contacts and you never follow up. How many have been guilty of that? I'll raise my hand. I'll start it off. Yeah, I've been very guilty. I said, I'm gonna contact that person. Oh yeah, we connected. We clicked. And I never follow up. Never. Lost an opportunity. I don't want you to waste that opportunity. So come with the mindset. I'm coming to connect with people. I'm coming to showcase my brilliance and how I can best serve them to be better leaders. I'll stop there. Are there any questions thus far? Okay. So Charlotte execution, like I said, 26, 5 to 8. That's the curated networking. We're going to have live entertainment. As I've told many of you, don't worry, you're going to get dinner. I'm going to have drinks. I'm not cooking. You won't get sick. You'll be good. All right. My sister's cooking and she could throw down. So you're going to get a whole good meal with some meat and some protein and some starches. And my girlfriend, who makes amazing desserts, is going to have desserts there that you can take with you. It's just going to be a great fellowship time. And we have some great live entertainment for you. On the 27th, we're going to start at 9 o'clock, but speakers have to be there by 8:15. No later 8:15. If I change the time, it won't be any later than 8:30. But 8:15 allows for you to come, and I may increase it to 8 o'clock, depending upon the sound check. Because we want to make sure we do the sound check and you're comfortable with the mic. And again, we want to set you up for success to deliver the best presentation you can. And again, I reiterate, please do not depart from us before 5 o'clock. Okay? I'm asking you, just like I have on a spot of green, this is the green, to wear a spot of green. What does that do? That unites us as speakers. And when we take our pictures, we're looking handsome. Now, gentlemen, I don't expect for you to have a big green shirt on. Don't come looking like Barney in green, right? Yeah, like the purple Barney. What I need just a speck of green in there that showcases that we're all unified, whether that's a green tie, if that's what you sport, tie, long tie, bow tie, whether that's your handkerchief, whatever it is. If you like a pair of slacks and a open collared shirt, if it could have something of green in it. Ladies, the same. You don't have to show up in all green. That goes for those who are speaking on the platform. Virtual speakers, I'm asking you, wear a spot of green. As people see that across the platform, they see what? Uniformity. They see consistency. They see a group that is netted together and not a hodgepodge of people coming together and doing something. Okay? Again, I can't harp on enough about the curated networking and being prepared. If you need help with getting, you can go on Amazon to get Dot. That's like the bracelet where you just tap it on somebody's phone and they got your information. There's Bling, where you got the QR code that's built in there. You put all your information, they scan it, or you tap phones. Sorry for you Android people, but the iPhone people who are like power, yeah, yeah, power to the iPhone people. Hey, don't talk about that. Don't talk about that. All right, so you want to make sure that it's easy for you to be able to share your information. Or even if you're old school, I always carry some business cards because you never might meet somebody who's saying, I don't know about all that technology. Just give me your card. All right. We want to be prepared. Here's that spot of green again. All right. The backdrop is already in for they're working for the virtual, they're working on your lower third, already getting that schematic together to go over the top of your presentation as well as the intro and the outro that's going to it. They're already working on that. For the in-person speakers, I got in yesterday the 10 by 8 or is it 10 by 20? I don't know. But it's a big banner. I tried to put it together in my I tried to put it together in my dining room. It didn't work. It's too big. So it is beautiful. It has the Dare to Lead Differently logo on it. It has the little gold going in it. Oh, it's gonna be so nice. I've already made the centerpieces for the table. I'm so excited about y'all coming. I can't wait. I can't wait. All right, so spot of green again for anyone. Again, make sure that your flight plans don't have you departing. And those who are on virtual that haven't bought an in-person ticket, we would love, 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 love to have you there supporting those that are in person, as well as for you to get to see how the in-person event is pulled off so that next year you can go ahead and mark your calendar for 26 June. We are going to host our next one at the Palisades for next year. Dare to Lead Differently Summit is now becoming a annual event. All right. Anything about the logistics I talked about thus far? Logistics for a studio setup. Got to make sure your stuff is set. Got a great, again, this is your representation of your brilliance. Speaker mastery. If you need any assistance, you want to go over your presentation with me and we can strategize on it. I can give you some pointers. That's what I'm here for, to make sure that we show you in your brilliance. And then audience impact. This is why we're doing what we're doing, guys. This is why you pay your money. This is why we put in time, resources. while you're up early in the morning building your programs and things. We prepare with purpose to deliver the impact. And the impact is what transforms lives. So we want people to come to our summit leaving unchanged, leaving changed, not unchanged, leaving changed, right? Kind of like when you go to church. You don't want to go, you go to church. If you do go to church or whatever your spiritual guidance is, you go into your meditation, whatever that is, you go into it with the idea that when I come out of it, I'm coming out of it better. And that's the simple fact of what we want to do for this summit. I know, Deb, I wish you could be here in person too. I'll see you next year, Lord willing. As my mom said, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. I'll see you next year. All right. Are there any questions about what I've shared thus far? Remember, dates that you need to be mindful of. If you haven't submitted your JOT form for the digital magazine, that's due by 15 April. If you're not submitting it, I've sent out reminders. We've been sharing. Make sure you get that JOT form in. If you have lost the link, then I'm gonna put my number in the chat. Text me and tell me 757-572-8341. Text me and I'll get that to you, but we need to have that in by the 15th of April. That's another marketing opportunity for you to be able to ensure that your information is in there. People are going to be able to scan, and that's how they're going to follow through with the program. So 15th April is your what did I say it was? What's 15 April? I can't hear you, John.
Got
Short
form.
form.
Jot form for the magazine. Okay, if you are for the vendors that are on here, you received an email from me to make sure that you get me your logo so that we can make sure that we get another flyer for you for your logo as a sponsor of the event. The other thing is you should be receiving here soon another flyer. Um, all speakers should be receiving another flyer for you to put those out. It's key to put those out. All right. Let people know where you're speaking. That draws people in. It's especially for the virtual speakers. Because what we want to do, we're going for 50 to 100,000 people viewing your stuff. So we got to make sure that we are publicizing it. We don't want to be the light under the bushel, and not everyone knows the greatness that you are bringing to the table. So I would ask you to really look at those dates. Tomorrow we meet again for the second part two of our session. So I'm going to stop there. If there aren't any questions, I'll ask you one at the end again to see if there anything that may have come to mind, or you can put it in a chat. I'll be monitoring the chat, but I want to get my gift to you, my early Christmas gift to you from my heart to yours is Jamie Miller. And Jamie is my bestest bud now. He may say, no, Tia, no, I'm not. Yes, he's my bestest bud. Jamie and I met at the PNX conference in Atlanta. He is a wonderful man. He is a great father. I got to meet his daughter. We chatted a little bit on the phone while we were there. And I will tell you, he gives from his heart with abundance. And if you don't have pen and paper, get pen and paper or pull out your phone or your iPad because he's going to share some great information and nuggets for us as business owners, whether we're seasoned or whether we're entrepreneurs early coming into this that can help us be better. Practical, implementable strategies you can do on day one. So over to my friend, Jamie Miller. Oh, by the way, Jamie is a keynote speaker for the in-person Dare to Lead Differently Summit. Thought I'd just throw that in there. Go ahead.
Thank you. Will I be able to share? I'm sending a
Yep,
request so I can share.
I'm gonna stop sharing so you can share. Here we
There
go.
you go. Okay, great
All
stuff.
right. So
All right, so
did that stop it for you?
it did perfectly. So
Oh,
here's
great.
what I'm going to go ahead and do. We're going to have some fun here. I'll bear with me. Let me just Get the slideshow from the beginning. Okay. So we're gonna have some fun here tonight, guys. I'm gonna be a great reflection on Tia. Um, Now obviously I can see a lot of your faces. So to go along with what Tia said in terms of engage, entertainment, and education, all right, this presentation is going to have all of it. And you know why it's going to have all of it? Because I'm about to ask you, before I start teaching you anything around communication, I'm going to ask you all my first official question. Before I start teaching you guys how to more consciously communicate, how many of you, like me, just show your hands, believe your ability to communicate is crucial for what we do in life? Raise your, look at that. Every hand gets raised. And if you're in a quiet spot, like Will's doing like the Queen wave there, look at the, and I got some laughter there from Will as a result of doing that. So we've got some edutainment going. Now, if you are in a quiet spot, unmute yourself, because in communication, we're going to make this interactive. Before I start teaching you guys some more conscious communication, what benefits would any of you come up with to be better in your communication?
A lot of clarity.
A
If I
lot
don't
of,
communicate well, everybody's going in different directions, and I get upset because I didn't communicate right.
okay, Jenny, it's not good. Everyone, it's not good to get upset, right? It's okay, so a lot of clarity. Okay. What other benefits do some of you get?
Influence.
Influence. Okay, so when we're good communicators, we're able to influence more, right? Can we say that if we can influence more, ethically, legally, morally, we could integrity with abundance, we are indeed going to make more money, which in turn makes a better living for us. Are we all in agreement? I've got some nods of heads there.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to throw out a quick lesson I wasn't going to teach necessarily tonight, but body language. Is body language important in sales when we're selling? All right, look at Nicole's head. He's going like this. So I'm going to get you guys laughing and I'm going to teach you something all at the same time. It's called predictability with laughter. Body language is important. But if you ever have someone in front of you, Bill Clinton ruined this for us because he goes, I did not have sex with that woman. All right. I will absolutely cooperate with the authorities. All right. If someone ever says the words I did not in their language, but their head is doing this, they're actually lying to you, just as a reference, as a quick tip in lessons. All right. So now, Tia is inviting me along here, and I'm excited for June. She knows this because I said I don't speak for anyone in June. June and July I go on vacation, but for someone special like Tia, I'm actually gonna do a talk in June. And if you ask any of my clients, they're gonna be like, "What is going on?" I'm like, "You have not met Tia." Now, talking of Tia, do you guys, when it comes to trust, credibility, and all these things you see on your screen, they're all really important, right? We want to come across to people in front of us like we have these things.
Right.
So it's nice when I already know the answer to this, but do you guys have to know anything about me to feel like I've got these things, or do you have faith in Tia that I must have these things?
You wouldn't be here without Tia saying, "This is the man you need to hear from tonight."
Right. Do you all agree with Jenny there on that front, guys? All right. It's
Yes.
nice when I already know the answer. So watch this. I'm going to make this a lesson very quickly in terms of when we're selling something. Here's what most people get wrong in life. They overshare. Because you all said faith in Tia, that means I don't need to share. I was recently on the stage with Barbara Corcoran from Shark Tank. Matt Ishbia has me. He owns the Phoenix Suns and a company called UWM. I'm on, that's me. I'm the only coach for UWM, all the account execs. I'm on their partner perks page. So now I'm known by tens of thousands of loan officers, and I'm speaking at an event next month in May that is 10,000 people at the UWM Live. All right. Watch this, guys. Let's say you would have said that you had to know stuff. Has that made me more credible in your eyes now that you're knowing these things? All right, as I go through them. I don't need to share. Tia just shared. I was on the same stage with Les Brown. All right. Tia literally met me. I was the only white person in the room wearing a white outfit at the all-white party, standing there, and she felt compelled to come up to me and say, "What's your story then?" All right.
Mhm.
I don't dress up as much as Tia necessarily does. In fact, I used to prove I like to lead by example from the standpoint of someone says their appearance matters. Don't make it literal. Appearance is important, but it's not the most. Watch this, guys. Do you care more about my appearance or the caliber of the information I'm going to teach you tonight? Which one of those is more important?
The caliber of the information.
Information.
Right. So do you notice I made that a question of you guys? All right. I'm going to get to a first lesson with you, whereby I'm going to scroll through all these lessons that, oh, Tia knows this guy. This is Kevin Johnson.
Yeah. I do. Oh, we can't hear him though.
Oh, sorry. It was Kevin Johnson. I love everyone, all my former military clients, I love. In fact, Jenny, you're a CFO. I don't know if you know the name Mike Glassby, but Mike Glassby is a CFO like as well. All right. And I'm going to get to the first lesson here. Don't overshare. All right. The one thing as speakers, a lot of you are speakers, correct? And you're teaching. All right. And again, I'm a clarity coach. If I share something that makes sense, you'll implement it. If you've got something with your own beliefs and convictions, don't listen to what I share on those things. All right. But I believe that if you go into an interaction and you start with these words, let me start by telling you, or let me start by sharing with you, you are doing all the talking. All right. Did you guys notice a thing when I started tonight? I asked you guys questions. All right. At my start, I didn't start with, let me tell you all about myself. In fact, I think our goal is to try and make ourselves irrelevant, which then ended up making the person in front of us feel more special. Are you guys catching on to what I'm sharing here in that regard? All right. Now, do any of you not know what movie this is from? Any of you? What movie is this, guys? Anyone? Like
Karate Kid.
Karate Kid, right? And then what does this refer to, guys? Like what?
Wax on, wax off.
Right, thank you.
I
And
know
when he's learning,
what kind of movies you watching, Rob.
right? So then, when he's learning wax on, wax off, wasn't Daniel like, "What has this got to do with karate?" Right? But by the end of the movie, it had everything to do with karate. So what I'm going to be doing tonight, in the time I've got, I might share examples of like Tia brought my daughter Ruby. I might bring up examples of how I get my kids to do the things that it is I want them to do, and I make it their idea to do it. And it's the same verbiage that you would be using when you're bringing on clients for yourself. All right. I might share a slide where I helped a male client. I'm not Hitch in life, but I might share where I helped a male client get a date on Bumble using 3 questions. And they're the same 3 questions that you would ask to bring on clients for yourself. I always say this is a nice soundbite. You can't be an amateur in your home life in questions you're asking and suddenly become professional in your business life. If you're asking bad questions at home, can you see you could be asking bad questions when you've actually got clients in front of you? All right. Now, all of you unmute yourselves. We're going to have some fun here. All right. This is part of the edutainment. All of you in your best British accent on the count of 3. Don't say the word mate. Don't say the word mate, but say the word cheers on your best British accent on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Cheers.
Okay. Tia's invited me along. If you're me and you're invited along, you'd want to teach people things, right? That they don't know. So when you have that moment, just say cheers. That way I know you're with me. Sometimes you'll see me do this because it's kind of like, I know it's a cheers moment. You're just trying to pick up and be like, what did he say again? That was really good. Now, my former British self, I've been told I'm charming, debonair. I have been told if I swear it sounds polite, I will not swear on this platform or any other one for that matter. I am now a proud American. Yay to America. All right. I even drive a truck. Yeah. All right. Like so. Okay. Now watch this, guys. There are everyone likes learning things in 3s. You're about to learn 3 important things for yourself. All right, to create the outcome you want. The first one is gathering information. There is only one way on the planet we can gather information from another individual. That is, we ask questions of them. Okay. Technically, all right, did I gather information by looking through the chat, seeing what some of you do for a living? I gathered Jenny is the CFO. It got me to ask, do you know Mike Glassby? Are you following along with me here, guys? I'm gathering information without even asking for it. Okay. The second thing that I would say that is important, is really important, It's what's called garnering understanding. Garnering, I had a client once say, are you saying gardening? No, garnering understanding. All garnering understanding is, guys, is can you get the person that's in front of you to feel like they would be doing the same thing as you if they were in your shoes? Because if you can get your potential client to feel like I would do the same thing as you, can you clearly see they're going to feel less sold by you? All right. If you could get them to see you would be doing the same thing. The third thing is what I call predictability. All right. Do any of you ever feel like you bring on a headache client? Any ever feel that way? Any of you have experienced that in life? All right. I'm here to share with you. Now, would you like to, I figure I know the answer to this, but would you like me to be gentle or direct with you guys?
Direct.
Direct. Okay. If you're bringing on a headache client, I'm here to say that's on you. All right. You should be interviewing the client, meaning you're the one asking the questions. All right. Controlling the conversation. And so that third piece, so the first one, gathering information, the second thing, garnering understanding, the third thing is predictability. I know what their answers are. Who saw very recently, clearly, I said I drive a truck and John laughed. All right. Are you following along? I know what's going to take place before it takes place. Now, to set this up for success, Tia, what time are we going until? Because I'm gonna motor through some slides here to make sure I teach as much as I
I would
can.
just ask, give me at least 5 minutes at the end.
Okay, so we're going till
To
around
7 o'clock. We're going to 7 o'clock.
Okay, so
The
I
end.
will get to 6:55. Can we agree in 20 minutes, 18 minutes? I can't teach everything in the world. All right, with you guys, are we just on the good page? I'll teach you a lot. I can't teach you everything. I might skip through some slides just so I can make some lessons. I tell you what, how about I go for 10 minutes and I open up to questions and I can maybe answer some guidance that way. That would be probably cool. I'm going to
Yeah.
go and teach. I'm not going to read anyone's mind on here. That's usually fun, but I am going to do this as an exercise. All of you unmute yourselves. All right. I get better in my ability to communicate and I get better in my ability to sell and bring on clients because I teach. All right. Tia's invited me along. I'm going to teach you guys a bunch of things tonight that you don't know. Let's say that happens. Let's say I teach you something and you say the word cheers or you take notes on something. All of you unmute yourselves for effect. Every one of you, just answer this question for me. In a one-word answer, what should you all be doing to get better at something?
Listening.
Practicing.
Good.
Okay, Tia, you cheated because you've heard me do this before. All right, but everyone else, Tia, what did you hear everyone else say? Practice, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Practice. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm
Listening.
okay. No one's listening. Here's no, it's a lesson. I do a deep dive into psychology. I said I get better because I teach. I even stress on the word teach, and then I ask you guys, what did you hear me? What's the thing you should do? And you all say practice. And here's why, guys. Society programs us not to hear the words that are actually being said. Think about it. If someone comes up to you and says, I'm not here to sell you something, what does the brain hear?
So,
Here to tell you something.
Right. Okay. If a friend says, I hope I'm not being an inconvenience, what does the brain hear? You
They
won't be.
know that.
inconvenience. Yeah.
Okay. Are you catching on, guys? So just make sure, good tip, make sure I would briefly summarize back to the person you're in front of what you heard them say, or ask them to briefly summarize. That will elevate your sales conversion. It's a lesson I can't do justice for. There's negative and positive connotation too, guys. If someone says, I need to speak to my wife first, for example, and you say, you want this, you just want to make sure you don't upset the wife, you've now got him thinking of the upset wife. If you say you want this, you just make sure they're happy, all right, and you smile with it, can you see where you're going to get them? It's a more positive connotation conversation. I'm going to jump through some of these things quickly. Building rapport is the foundational piece. There's no script. You're not going to develop a British accent or need to do one as a result of what I teach you here tonight. But I got you all to raise your hand on my very first question. Building rapport is making people the same as you. People want to buy from people they feel the same as. Okay. So I would use consciously the words you like me in your first question of someone. All right. Are you like me? If you don't know someone, are you like me? Do you value honesty? I've never had someone say, no, please lie right to my face. I love it when someone does that. All right. If you want to bring on clients in one meeting, get specific with what you do for a living in the first question. My question was, are you like me? Do you believe your ability to communicate is important? All right. If I'm Jenny, as an example, and I said, are you like me in understanding not all CFOs are created equally? That would be a great starting point, for example, if Jenny's going to be more expensive than other CFOs. Do you see where I'm going with this? You're interviewing the client and you're making sure they understand from the get-go, you're not all created the same. All right. And you're controlling the conversation. Now, the next slide is a bit of fun. All right. And building rapport. This is what's called extreme mirroring. I call it extreme mirroring. All right. The middle text, a woman reached out to me after one of these kind of trainings, goes, good afternoon, exclamation mark, space, upside down, question mark. Look at my response to them. Good afternoon, exclamation mark. I Googled how to do an upside down question mark. All right. People buy from people they feel the same as. So here's the deal, guys. If you want to subtly, subliminally get people to feel like this sense of, I don't know why this person seems to get me more than others. If somebody says hello to you, if you say anything different, hi, hey, or something like that, you've unnecessarily made yourself different. If someone uses the word kids and you use the word children, you see where you're losing them in your conversation. I'm not sharing become someone completely different. I'm just saying this will help you immensely. Now, you guys are going to laugh, all right? But I get clients sending me black hand emojis. I am not sending black hand emojis back. All right. There's mirroring. All right. There you go. Will was laughing. All right. Good job. Okay. Now, I'm not going to go through the LA Fitness sales guy is interesting one. When you're selling, do not make statements that the other person doesn't value. So I'm going to give you an example. I would go to LA Fitness and for just my own humor, I'd go up to the sales staff afterwards and see what they would say when I would say, I'm thinking of checking out Planet Fitness down the street. And the LA Fitness sales guy will go, oh, they don't have the swimming pool, they don't have this, and they don't have this, and they don't have this. And then I go, well, now you got me thinking I'm paying too much money for my membership. And here is why, guys. I'm not using any of those things. If you are following along any feature or benefit your business brings and you make it in a statement of someone and they don't value it, they're going to ask, can I get you for less money? I'm letting you simmer with some of this stuff so you can understand the importance of that. We do not want to tell value to other people. We want to do what I call extract value from other people. Watch it. Instead of saying, I've been doing this for 10 years, tweak it. Hey, does it give you a sense of confidence that I've been doing this for 10 years? Do you see the difference there? You're extracting value. Well, if they say, yes, it does, then you get to evoke emotion by asking, oh, why would you say so? Oh, because I know there's a bunch of people who don't know what they're doing in that space. All right. And now you've extracted more value. Women are better at sales than men. That's because of emotional intelligence. All right. We need to and it's a seeking to understand. You want to get your client doing all the talking and you want to get them to an emotional space. Are you appreciating that I'm going pretty quick here with some stuff just to get some lessons out here to you guys? I'm going to go to some slides that I know that you're going to appreciate. I'm not going to get to share. Here's a big one. You've got to learn how to sell the right thing at the right time. If you're sending out emails, how many of you like me do not like long emails? All right. And no one does. If I read your emails and they're too long, I would happily share with you with abundance just to make Tia look good. All right. But you've got to also make sure you've got questions in your emails too. All right. An email is only to sell one thing, a phone call. A phone call is only to sell one thing, a virtual meeting or a meeting in person. All right. I've known so many realtors and different people who have 45-minute phone conversations with people, but don't get the meeting. They're not going to go on any vacations based on that phone call. All right. So you want to keep your calls short, sweet. I will teach this because Tia loved it when we did this. Ruby, my daughter, the only time you're going to hear me say these words is when I'm teaching people to remove them from your vocab. Remove the words I want from your vocab. Do not say to any other human on this planet the words I want. They're overused, and I'll prove it. My daughter came up to me when she was 8 because her brother got a cell phone at 12. And Ruby came up to me and she goes, Dad, I'm like, yes, princess. She goes, I want a cell phone. I said, no, your brother didn't get one until he was 12. Watch this, guys. If I don't care what my own daughter wants, can we understand strangers don't care if we say I want? All right. There's not in the psychology of the words I want. Is there any emphasis on the other person? No. Okay. Now, watch this. What if my daughter was more conscious in her communication? And unfortunately for me, she knows this stuff dangerously now. And she came up to me at 8, knowing how to say, Dad, yes, princess, do you care about my safety? All right. And she starts there. Now, instead of making it logical, she understands emotion and she goes, why do you care about my safety? And then I start answering her.
Oh,
All right. What if she then goes, well, how would it feel to know that I'm safe at all times? What if I throw an objection at her? Ah, Rube, that's very funny. You're not getting a cell phone. What if she knows how to overcome objections purely in body language? She looks at me with a look of confusion, like she's looking at like a closed down Waffle House. It just doesn't make any sense. All right. And I go, Ruby, what are you confused about? She goes, oh, there was this strange man at the school freaking us out. Like, all right, could you see where she's getting a cell phone with that approach? Guys, are you following along with me?
Yeah.
Here? So make your questions get the other person to get what they want first. I'm going to teach this because it's a bit of fun. Have any of you ever heard of neuro-linguistic programming? Neuro-linguistic? Okay, great. Okay, have any of you ever seen the movie Focus? Will Smith, Margot Robbie. This is the best way I can describe this. Any of you ever seen that movie?
No.
No. Will, you have? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen pieces of it.
Okay, do you remember there was a scene where Will Smith bets a guy, I know what number you're going to pick on the field of
I
play?
do, yep.
Okay, he picks number 55, right? And then Margot Robbie goes, how did you know? And he goes, we've been programming the guy's subconscious. Everywhere he's looking, he's seeing number 55.
Yep.
What I'm about to teach you is the same concept. If you're selling something, guys, the more that your prospective client hears the word buy, they're more inclined to buy from you. Here's how it works. You say, if you're going to a meeting with a client, you start with these words. Hey, just so you know, by at the end of this meeting, you're going to see where my services are a cut above. Hey, by the way, has anyone ever shared this with you before? By chance, can you see what we get to do for you over here? All right. Do you see by this place here on the agreement where this is going to be really helpful? Hey, by now, you're seeing where my services would be helpful. The first buy their brain is hearing is buy at the end. The last buy they're hearing is buy now. Now, I'm going to open up questions because we got around 6 minutes. Was that helpful overall? Have you learned something? Have you had some cheers moments tonight? Have I been a good reflection on Tia? All right, because obviously I've got lesson after lesson after lesson, and my game plan is to make it abundance. Any questions regarding any situations, and I'll give as much clarity as I can. And then Tia, you just keep me honest, which you will, on when you want to share some stuff.
This is your opportunity to share. Get some questions answered. Anyone?
So in a 20-minute presentation,
Yeah.
It sounds like we start off very directly by asking them questions.
If you've got 20 minutes in the presentation, which technically I had, look, there is a difference between teaching, which is what I did tonight, and getting people to take an action. Look, if I want to get you guys to take an action, just so you know, watch this. Everyone, the most powerful word in the world is believe. If everyone in the world will always do what they believe, they'll go to a place of worship every week, right? Based on what they believe. Okay. If you ask someone, do you believe that you can help them? And they answer yes, they are way more likely to do it. Who believes that I could teach you so many things that can help you in life at this point? Show of hands if you believe that. Okay. So what action should you take when I stick my cell phone number up?
Write it down.
You could write it down, it could sit somewhere, but what's a better action you can
Call
do?
you.
I agree with you. Now that Jenny has taken a 20-minute conversation into an action of what's next. Remember I said sell the right thing at the right time? If you're just going in and teaching people, you're not going to sell anything. Here's what will happen. You'll have people approach you at the end saying, thank you so much. You taught me so much. I'm going to go and apply it. And in your head, you're like, I've taught you this. There's all this. Are you following along with me? Now, watch this. As a speaker, have I told you, these are my packages. This is what I do? No. And I do not do that. You are selling the warmest form of correspondence with your clients. So that, why do I put my cell phone number up in a small group? Why? Because it's the warmest form of correspondence that I can have with someone after the fact. Are you catching on to this as lessons for yourself? Jenny, you start your meeting with questions of engagement. Too many speakers speak at a room, all right, rather than with a room. My second question, just so you know, you can do my 2 questions for all your businesses. First one is, if I'm Will, are you like me in understanding marketing is very important for a business? Show of hands. Okay, now I've made us the same. What benefits do you guys get? Before I start sharing about marketing, what benefits would you guys get being better in your marketing? Then Will's going to let the room start sharing stuff. Are you following along with me? All right. And now I haven't taught them anything yet. Okay. You get people to connect the dots on when I learn from this person's stuff, can I connect the dots? The other thing that I got to do tonight that I would encourage you is this being recorded here for people?
Yes, it is.
Okay. When you're selling in a presentation, guys, my Captain America slide is one of the most crucial psychology slides. All right. I wasn't going to show my phone number tonight, just so you know. I was making it a lesson. Can you understand that, guys? I'm teaching you what to do. All right. When you're giving a presentation and it's 20 minutes, you have to have your version of the James Bond Captain America slide, because here's what it gives me permission to ask you guys. Can we all agree it's impossible for me to teach you everything in this time?
Yes.
Right. You've got to ask that of your rooms. If you've got a program, you've got to ask that question. Why? Because then it leaves the audience in front of you knowing there is more. Are you guys following along with me here? Look, when I come in June, just so you're aware, I am not going to offer, I'm coming there in pure abundance mode for Tia. That's it. All right. Like, and it's to teach, and then and Tia will know I stick around and I answer questions beyond just my talk. All right. I will be there the whole entire time. So was that some helpful tips, guys? Did you pick up some extra stuff there from that scenario for yourself? Tia, it's kind of over to you, because I know you wanted the last 5 minutes, and I don't know if I've done justice. I did the best I could.
You have been amazing as always. Look, we had him. If you haven't been at our seat at the table leadership mastermind, he was on the last one, and uh, many of you know when the church doors close and the deacon says it's time to go. This was the first time we ever had parking lot ministry after the seat at the table, because still 15 people stayed on, and I was like, "Look, you guys got to go." So I had to herd them off, but we were having great conversations and just learning and sharing, and that's what I love about Jamie, is that he gives with abundance, and the way that he presents it is very simplistic and user friendly for us to be able to implement. So I've already started using those different strategies that he shared. I meant that night I was trying to use one and I kind of messed it up, which was good, but you know, a laughing moment. But it was an opportunity for everybody to understand you got to put the reps in to get it down into practice where it becomes naturally a part of how you communicate. So if Jamie poured into you tonight and kicked us off well, then I want you to give me your favorite emoji. Favorite emoji, favorite emoji. Let's make him laugh. Whether that's hamburger, whatever that is. Give me your favorite emoji. I see the salute. That you got to salute Jamie from a retired colonel. That's colonel
Oh,
there.
fantastic.
Yeah, full
Look,
bird, the
I
big wings,
I have a soft
clapping and
I
up,
have a
up.
soft spot for the military and the former military guys. It's I don't know if this makes sense, but being someone who's not from here originally, I feel a sense of immense gratitude for the freedoms that I have to do what I do for a living, and I put it down to what the wonderful men and women in the service have done. So I can be sitting here with peace of mind and do this and teach you guys. It wouldn't be possible. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you all. Would you not agree that tonight, for this hour that we've taken out of our day to spend together, was valuable?
Yes.
And that it helps us be better in whatever respect of communication that we're trying to go after. So I appreciate you giving me of your time and allowing me to give you an early Christmas gift called Jamie Miller. So the last question that I had for everyone is one, does anyone have any questions about what we shared earlier on some of the mechanics and requirements for us having together a successful summit? Anyone has any questions? I know Deb asked about a little bit more clarification in the chat about when I talk about your virtual background for virtual speakers. If you put a virtual background behind you, you must look to see when you move your head, if it is showing, do not do that background. Okay, I'd rather for you to have a very clear, comfortable environment like mine, uh, where it's not busy, right? What I would do is, as you can see, where you can see my books, I would make sure you couldn't see my books because what do people do? They want to figure out what is she reading, you know? So try to make it as clean as you can and professional as you can, but be mindful that the virtual AI backgrounds do cause people not to pay attention to you. And if you submit it that way, we're going to come back to you and ask you to retape it because I want to show you best foot forward. Okay. The other thing is some have asked me about banners for the in-person event. Right now, I'm not planning to do banners, but if you want a banner, I would need at least 5 people that want to do a banner for me to order the banners. So if you desire a banner, if you would put your name and the word banner in the chat, and then I will get with those who desire a banner and get the information I need to get that done for you. It will be displayed at the in-person event. For those who are speaking virtually, it's still a banner that can be done that when you're doing vending and things of that sort, you can put those banners up as well. Just let me know if that's something you desire, and then we'll move forward to serve you as best we can.
I
So
do
I
have a
don't,
question. I'm sorry.
uh-huh.
I do have a question about that. If you have your own banner, are we at liberty to bring that, or are we only to utilize what you will be providing?
If you are a vendor, you can bring whatever banner you want. If you
Okay.
are a speaker for in person, then I would ask not, because we want everything to be focused on the Dare to Lead Differently Summit theme. And so I would ask we not do that part.
Okay, so based off of your vision and what the stage will look like
Hmm.
and the aesthetics of everything, would it be um would it be better to have the banner, or would it be, something that would just be based on preference?
So the stage will not have any banners on it other than the one that I purchased. So that's a big backdrop that's along the back of the stage. That's it has the Dare to Lead logo and my business logo over the top of it. It's going to have balloons coming up on the sides of it. So that's the stage. along with when we do the panel, then we'll put seats on the stage for people to sit down, of course, and do the panel. But otherwise, the stage, and there may be two flowers that I plan to put on the each end of the stage, and then there may be a podium for the MC only to use because the speaker needs to be center stage so that we capture you in the best lighting and you're staying in that box I'm going to give you so that we can capture you at different angles. We're going to have about 4 cameras in there that are going to be capturing different angles of you doing the live. So
Okay.
if you brought a banner, if we went with banners, they would be positioned throughout the venue.
Okay, thank you. That's very helpful. Thank you.
Okay.
Mhm.
Anyone else has any questions?
I do have another question,
Go
if you
for
don't.
it. No, this is your time.
Okay, my question is related to the main stage.
Mhm.
Will there be, we will have on, what am I referring to? The headsets or for the mic? What type of mic would we have?
You'll have a handheld mic, and it's going to your handheld mic is going to have this on it. So if you can think of a mic going through here, this is the mic with my logo, the Dare to Lead Differently Summit on it. So all mics will have this on it. So all mics are handheld.
Okay, all right. Will there be any type of podium or stand that's there, or will we just come on and then just
So there will be a podium, but that's for the MC. The expectation is for the speaker to be out front and center,
okay,
so that we capture you face on, or when you move here, you move there. You may have a little walking space to just barely walking space because remember, we're streaming this live. So I need for the online audience to be able to see you. And if you're everywhere and walking down into the crowd, we may not be able to capture you.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. Thank you.
Those are great questions. Anyone else? This is a great time to ask so that you have
Ju-
clarity.
Just verifying because I heard you say the event ends at 5 o'clock on the 27th. All right.
Mhm.
Is there anything going on that evening, Tia?
No, no,
Okay, so
I'm going to sleep.
okay, so no, but if there was an 8 o'clock flight, would that be a sensible
Oh yeah, 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 that's spot on.
okay, I'm
Um,
just making sure
yeah, I would
for the
even say
okay.
even if you did, yeah, 8 o'clock is fine, even if you did a 7 o'clock.
I'm just
The
no, and my
yeah,
goal, like I just said, is to live up to what I just said. I'm going to be there the whole entire
yeah,
time. I just making sure that
yeah, eight
if
o'clock
there
would
was
be
something
spot
going
on.
on that evening, I wouldn't leave. All right, so
No,
that's
that would be spot on. Other than the only thing that may happen that night is if people are still here, we could go and grab something to eat together just to fellowship more. But the plan is to
no, I'm
once it
sure everyone's
ends,
the mental exhaustion that goes into a
yeah,
day
yeah.
like that.
So
I
by
get it,
that
Tia.
time, I'm like I love y'all, but
Yeah,
peace out.
yeah. No, I hear you.
Yeah, so
Right.
the actual event is from 9 that we're cording off is 9 to 4:30. But I like to have flexibility in there, right? And we
Okay.
want to make sure that the first person that got up to speak had a full audience and speakers were there, that the last person that gets the mic, they're still being supported as strongly as the first person.
Have you sent out hotels that are ideal in terms of the location, Tia? And I just
I
haven't
did.
looked. Okay, I'll go and
Yeah,
have a
I
look.
can if I
All
need
right.
to resend it back to you, I will.
All
I
right.
can
Yeah.
I'll
If
write
you can
myself a
just
note to
just text
resend.
me a couple of hotels and I'll go ahead and book that um over the next couple of days for that.
Okay.
So thank
Anyone
you.
else need me to send them something?
Chocolate.
No? If you need,
Chocolate.
you do? No. Somebody said, "Oh, chocolate." Is that what you said? Yeah, I could use some chocolate. I could use some chocolate.
I heard
Hey,
someone say that. All right. I was
Chocolate.
like,
and you too, Deb. I'll try to make sure I have some there for you guys. If you can help me welcome William. William joined us today as a virtual speaker, a VIP keynote speaker. So can you give some finger snaps to William? He pulled the cord. He pulled the cord. So we're excited to have everyone, but I just wanted to give some shout outs to him. Let's see. I just want to see if we can verify if you have the jot form. Um, I will text my person that's doing the Dr. Monroe to see who has submitted the jot forms. I sent out an email before saying, I need your jot form. That was saying I don't have it. If you submitted it since then we should have it. But I'll come back on top of that with a update for everyone. Thanks, Deb, for that.
I have a question. When do you, hi, Miss Tia. How,
Hi.
when do you need the video by for the virtual?
So you should have received, Rosalind, do you have that in your email when it was due? If you can look that up. But it's going to be, I'm not sure if Lauren said around April. Does anyone remember? I have to look that up myself.
I was tracking May 22nd.
That's what I
May
was thinking
22nd?
too.
Okay, so May 22nd is the date. And you should, Nicole, if you haven't, you will receive from Lauren a email for the jot form and for the when your video is due and how you upload it as well. So she'll be sending that all to you. If since I put your name in today, you may not have gotten it yet.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. And Nicole is our youngest speaker on the virtual platform, bringing in that young blood, that young blood. I love it. I love it. Any other questions, guys? Tomorrow is part two. Part two, tomorrow, same time, same channel, and that will be Shay Brown. If you've looked at, and what you have, you've looked at my website that I did for the Dare to Lead Differently Summit. Shay and his team built that. He does docu-series, things that help branding and marketing. So he is a wealth of knowledge, and Deb is giving that thumbs up. He's a awesome photographer. He's going to be our photographer for the event. So every time you see Shay, you should be posing, striking a pose, take a picture of me, whatever it is. Get all the photos you can get because he'll take about 700 to 1,000 photos between the curated event and the event. And Deb, who's also a photographer, knows the quality of his work as well. And she's a phenomenal photographer herself. So this is an opportunity to get, like I said, about 300 to 400 pieces of content. When you get there, as you're traveling there, all of that stuff you should be capturing. All right. Any other questions? These are great questions. Good stuff. All right, well, go get you something to drink that's nice, cool, and refreshing. Make sure you revamp your notes of what you captured. And if you need me, you know how to get in contact with me. But I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And you will get this same video. I'm going to send it out to everyone via WeTransfer. Remember, you only have 3 days to download it. And after 3 days, the link expires. And if you get caught up into that, just let me know and I'll send it back to you. But I would ask you do your due diligence of trying to download it in the time span. All right. Thank you again, Jamie.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Thanks,
you for
Jamie.
giving in abundance.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you.
Thanks, Roz. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Get back on my calendar. Rod.